Welcome aboard as we savor many vanished scenes of railroads past, extending west from Wisconsin to the West Coast. The Milwaukee Road. The largest railroad to vanish from the North American landscape, physically as well as in name, was the Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul and Pacific Railroad. By the early 1980s, most of its track west of Miles City, Montana was history, including these scenes on its electrified coastal division in the Cascade Mountains of Washington State. Overcoming the shortcomings of steam locomotives in the mountains prompted the Milwaukee to electrify two sections of its main line, from Harlowtown, Montana to Avery, Idaho in 1916, and the coastal division shown in this video from Othello, Washington to Seattle and Tacoma 3 years later. A ride over this track and an open Dutch door provided the photographer with the opportunity to record this now vanished train climbing into the Cascade Mountains on a now vanished railroad. Note that some of the wood poles supporting the catenary do not appear to be in the best of condition, one of the factors which eventually sealed the fate of the electrification. The curved trestle provides for a dramatic view of the train. Diesel locomotives, which had already displaced steam power, were taking on an even more highly visible role on the Milwaukee Road, as the electrics are now gone from the coastal division. This includes a classic set of covered wagons in freight service and running light. The ABAF units are helpers used on the steep grade out of Tacoma heading south to Chehalis. The A units were powered and the Bs were slugs. The decline of the Milwaukee Road was underway at this time, although few wanted to recognize it then, as nearly any locomotive the railroad could muster was used to move freight in and out of Tacoma. A freight ducks a bridge and growls up a grade at Fife, Washington to the top of the hill. We are just north of the Illinois-Wisconsin state line, as a two-car train consisting of a Silverliner and an older green car bears down on McMeeham Road near Kenosha. Why are we here? This isn't the Pacific Northwest. Well, the photographer was here to catch some of those displaced Oregon electrics. This large electric locomotive with 4 trucks was purchased secondhand from the Oregon Electric Railway. Streetcars disappeared from the streets of Seattle in August 1940, but not before these memorable scenes were committed to film. The intersection of Westlake Avenue and Pine Street looks nothing like this today. One trolley after another waits and then makes its turn from Westlake Avenue to Pine. The automobiles of the late 1930s appearing throughout this sequence are vintage vehicles in their own right,